left.
Yeah.
He said, I haven't ate a shad for 50 years.
You're kidding.
So I barbecued the shad, but we couldn't drink, no wine. But that's what shad's for. You sit down and eat the shad, and watch the bones, and you drink the wine.
How much wine do you know?
A gallon. What do you think? It takes 2 hours to eat one piece.
Yeah, because of the bones.
The bones.
You got to eat slowly.
But it's sweet.
It's good meat, isn't it, the shad
Very
meat?
good shad.
Yeah.
They caught a lot of shad this year. Tootie.
Tootie caught him.
Yeah, Tootie.
You ever hear from Tootie?
Tootie's too busy now.
What's going on with Tootie?
He's got his girlfriend.
You're kidding.
I understand he went back to Washington.
I heard you went up to Bodega Bay not long ago.
Oh, yeah.
You met some girl in
Listen.
You met a girl in a jewelry store and you were going to marry her.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. My cousin Ronnie, he goes up there all the time, rents a house right on the water. It's beautiful. So I was sitting there watching the water, and he was watching the news. He says, the announcer comes, there's a big fire in Martinez. Ronnie said, there's a fire. He said, the high school is burning. I said, I leave the town after 20 years, it burns.
First time you left the town for 20 years, and the town's burning. And you were out of town when that happened.
I laughed like heck.
Oh, geez. But it was a serious fire.
Yeah, big fire. It burned one house on C Street.
Yeah.
Went right along.
Well, Noodles. That was Noodles' house.
The high school wasn't there. Would have burned all of Bricks Avenue, everything.
Really?
Because the winds.
Yeah.
And up at Bodega Bay, the same way.
The winds.
A lot of wind.
We've had grass fires over the years, but it's been quite a while since we ever had anything that serious.
That last time it was 20 years.
Yeah.
And I told Ronnie, it says 20
One
years.
of the things that's happening is we have a lot of open space, and the grass is getting high. But like Frank Pereira used to say, you got to let the cows graze on that grass, and then they eat it down to the ground instead of having grass in the dry summertime.
That's right.
California is a drought for 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Grass up to your knees and halfway to your waist, and then the fire hits, it goes like heck.
Well, the top of the grass, it's got that little seed.
Yeah.
And they bump together, and that's it.
Yeah.
Take a little.
That's it. You've lost weight.
Yeah.
How much have you lost?
About 50 pounds.
50 pounds?
Well, I was dying.
Yeah. How sick were you?
Well, I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I went to VA hospital in San Francisco, Fort Miley, where I was there 12 days.
They took care of you, didn't they?
Oh, very good. Great. And they put that thing up your groin.
Yeah.
And they didn't find anything. It was lucky. I was like, they got a machine that goes like this right to you, and I was talking to it. Like that movie.
Yeah.
That little guy.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "This machine. What do you got it on my head for?"
They couldn't believe it.
No.
Did the people like you over there in the hospital?
I had a lot of fun. One nurse wanted to take me home.
Absolutely.
I said, "Your husband will kill you."
You had a good time at that place.
Yeah, they treated me good. And
they stick a lot of needles in you?
I was black and blue. My arms were this big.
Yeah.
Black and they take.
But you've been draining. You got a good tan? You got a tan there?
Oh, yeah.
You got a tan there? You got a good tan. You got a good life.
I told you, I go from the backyard to the driveway.
You eating zucchini? A lot of zucchini?
Yeah, a lot of broccoli.
A lot of broccoli.
My mother would go crazy. See me eating vegetables.
You never ate the vegetables before? A lot of cookies.
I got juju beans on the table.
A lot of cookies.
Oh, I used to eat a lot of cookies.
And you guys had the closet with the booze.
Oh, yeah, all
the bottle of the wine and everything else in there.
You got everything you want.
It's unbelievable.
I don't drink it no more.
You're off the sauce, huh? I think that's good, Osk. I think the whole country needs to get sober. The whole country. Don't you think we've been having a party in the United States long enough?
Well, the young kids are not taking the booze, they're taking drugs.
Yeah, you see it, don't you?
Jeez, the high schools are loaded with it.
Yeah.
And from little kids all the way up.
Yeah.
And their parents.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Yeah. That's their life now.
If you could do it, how many jobs have you had over the years?
Oh, jeez, I can't figure them out.
How many jobs?
About 5.
The main ones were you worked at the high school.
The city.
You worked for the city.
Worked at the VA.
You worked for the VA hospital.
I worked at
Long's.
Long's.
for Lou Schoenemann.
For Lou, my boy.
He's now the head of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, I saw him the other day.
Were you the assistant manager?
Yeah, and Lou used to walk out of the store. He said, "Take over, Oz."
Yeah.
I used to send them all to Payless.
And then where else did you work?
All the old ladies used to come in. I said, "What do you want?" And they called, "Go to Payless. Get out of here."
We don't have it. Go to Payless.
And the girl said, "You're going to get fired." And the other girl said, "This guy who runs the store." But it was a lot of fun over there.
You had a good time, huh?
Yeah, I work in the morning there, and then I go to the high school.
Yeah, and then you work at the high school.
Loved it.
Caldarelli got rid of you.
Oh, yeah.
What was wrong with that guy?
I was getting laid off.
The kids at Alhambra were all upset when you got laid off.
You know, he used to wear the overcoat, and he used to drag the ground. He was so short.
Caldarelli, yeah.
I told you, my mother...
Superintendent of schools.
My mother used to call him Al Capone.
Yeah. I heard you've been calling down at the city of Martinez, getting a hold of people. Who you been calling? Torkelson? You've been calling Torkelson?
The other day, I went by the Susanna Park.
Yeah.
And that used to be my park. Nice grass and green.
When you worked for the city, yeah.
And I went up to City Hall, and I told her, I asked where the office was for the Park and Recreation. So I went down the hallway, and a little boy, there was a lady and some guy talked. He said, "What are you looking for?" I said, "The Park and Recreation." He said, "Well, this is it." I said, "Who's in charge?" And the idiot was in charge was standing there, didn't say a word. And he said, "I'm in charge." And I said, "What's wrong with Susanna Park?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "The grass is dead. There's no grass there." "Oh, we have a lot of things there now." I said, "Yeah, I understand that, but that is not going to kill the grass."
Right.
I says, "You got to fix that park up. That's the main park in this town."
Yeah, Susanna Street's a nice
It's
park.
the oldest park.
Yeah. So they listened to you?
So he says he was going to tell this guy. So I don't know.
Who else you been giving an earful to?
Oh, I got to call Ken Samila up.
The assemblyman. What'd
Yeah.
you tell him?
I'm going to find out. Schwarzenegger, he says.
The governor. Call the governor.
Yeah, the governor's having a ball. He says, anybody buy a car from 2000 up don't have to have no more smog.
Yeah.
So I got to find out. Maybe I'll buy a new car.
Oh, I
My
see.
car's 20 years old.
Yeah. Have you called Torkelson?
Okay, that guy won't see me.
He
When
won't.
he had the office there, I could never get him.
He was always on the move.
Torkelson did a big mistake. He closed the river route from going through Avon to Bella Vista.
Oh yeah, from
Port
from
Chicago.
Martinez to,
Yeah,
to
stupid.
Pittsburgh.
That
The
was a
road
lot.
along the river. Yeah, they should have kept that open. For what did they close it?
Well, look at the Crockett Road.
They closed that too. Why are they closing these roads?
We got the
the
scenic-
traffic is terrible, and they're closing roads.
We got the scenic drive there.
Oh,
And
the Crockett Road was the best scenic drive possible.
In 1 hour, they could clean it with the clam.
What's
That's
a
all.
clam? What's a clam? What do you mean?
The front loader.
The front loader.
And they throw it in the truck.
They could clean it in 1 hour?
Martinez is going to have redevelopment, huh?
That's what they say.
Why don't they redevelop the wharf? The wharf is falling down.
I know. Have you seen it lately?
It's getting worse and worse.
But I was there the other night, and it was very nice when I was on the Wheeler's boat, Gary and Kathy Wheeler's boat. They had taken it up from Berkeley, and I was going to show some film, but the camera I used, the film didn't come in very well, and that's why we need to do this interview, because I had that film. Hey, don't
No
talk
more.
to me.
I don't want to come no more.
You're the best interviewer in town.
I don't want to come no more. I had to put on, see, I got double shorts on.
Yeah, you didn't dress that well, I must say. Where's your tie? You should wear a tie. Where's your tuxedo? Do you have a tie?
Yeah, I got a tie.
Good. What kind?
I got a beautiful blue tie.
Oh, Oscar, you know, I give you a hard time. You're the best. You got the biggest heart, and I want to say that
No,
publicly.
I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, the way I saw you took care of your mother, and then the way you used to take care of the kids when you were working at Alhambra.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
The kids named you the what is it, the mascot or something? You know, the
Grand
guy,
Marshal.
the Grand Marshal of the parade.
Yeah,
Grand
that was
Marshal.
a long time ago.
And when Boschetti was the coach at
Oh,
Alhambra.
Boss. You know, I saw your rerun of Boss the other
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
I almost cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did. Boschetti was that man. If you put him in a cookie factory,
Yeah.
he eat everything. He eat the motors and everything. Boss was a sweetheart.
Yeah,
he was like my father.
He was like your father?
My father sat down and eat it, a whole meal, and then go sit in the chair and light his cigar and start eating candy.
Yeah.
Boxes of candy.
Candy. Well, that's because he had some wine, and then he went.
He's like an Iron Man. I thought he would outlive me.
Your father was a strong.
He was a strong man.
He worked at the refinery.
Yeah, he was a Boilermaker.
Yeah.
He loved it.
And your mother was a cannery worker.
Yeah, in the sewer over there.
She was one of the bosses.
Yeah.
You pulled a few shifts at the cannery.
I told you on the last show, I think. The night I graduated, I had a great time drinking and everything.
Graduated from Alhambra.
Yeah. I sat in the front porch and threw my guts up.
Yeah.
And my mother says, it's time to go to work. Ma, everybody's going to Tahoe and Clear Lake, Ma. And I got to go to the cannery. So I went to the cannery, worked 12 hours. And I was dead. I swear I was dead. And Frank Beninati said, what's wrong? I said, Frank, I'm dying. I've been drinking all night for graduation. And I had to clean the machines with the hose. I was putting the hose on me instead of the machines.
Oh, jeez.
But that was a good
You know,
night.
Oskie, they made a movie one time that was one of the most famous movies in the history of Hollywood. It was called, what the heck was the name of it? Marty. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's me.
It was you, wasn't it?
You
It
know
was you. It was Pellegrini. It was all the old gang.
the Pepe.
Paulie.
Yeah.
All the guys. Pepe.
Well, that was the neighborhood.
It was the neighborhood.
Where'd they go?
But
They
you
didn't
were
go.
Marty in that movie.
You know, I told
You
you.
were Marty.
I think I told you on the last show. When I was on the ship,
Yeah.
we had to do the movies.
Yeah.
And what comes on? Marty.
Oh.
And I get up. Martinez!
That's me. That's Martinez.
Yeah.
That's the neighborhood.
That's right.
Give me 5, Oskie.
Where are you going?
Well, I've got to say goodnight to the people.
Oh.
We did another show.
Okay, folks.
Ladies
have a
and
good
gentlemen,
evening.
I hope you've enjoyed it. It was impromptu, very last minute. Oskie Aiello. We thought we'd have the film from the July 4th. Didn't work out. Oskie Aiello. Thank you very much.
Good night.